Winter is here. The question is always how to look cute and be warm at the same time. So I've got some coats and jackets that I want to show you for each occasion so that you don't have to worry about sacrificing looks for comfort. Let's start with the first coat and the newest addition to the family, this red diesel jacket. Look how gorgeous she is. This is definitely something you can wear at the beginning of fall. It's thick, it's padded, and it's the perfect pop of color for like an all black outfit like this. Now you might think that this is just a little jacket, but it is very thick, and it also has a lining that is covered in a wool-like fabric. It is just a little bit noisy because of the fabric, but I mean, if you're wearing something as loud as this color, I'm pretty sure you're not going to be afraid to make a little noise. And it's got plenty of storage. We have 4 pockets in this one jacket. We've got 2 in here, which are also lined with that wool fabric I was talking about. And there's 2 pockets up here for storing little things like chapstick, a mirror. I think it's such a flattering crop. It doesn't look very boxy, and it still gives you some kind of shape around the waist. This is actually a large. So if you're shopping for this jacket in diesel, please size up. And I got it a little bit bigger just because I knew that I was gonna wanna wear maybe like a thin turtleneck or a thin long sleeve shirt underneath, because that's what fall is. It's all about layering. Sadly, I haven't worn her out yet just because it's a little too warm down here to do that. Love this jacket. Ooh, I love this trench coat. Oh my gosh. It just makes me miss fall so much. Is there anything more classically fall than a trench coat? I don't think so. And there's so many ways you can style it. You could also wear it all buttoned up to the top like this. And I like that they gave you this option because this allows you to keep your neck really warm, and maybe if you forgot your scarf or it's not quite scarf season yet, you can still keep the air off your neck. It goes with every single outfit because it's a neutral color. I can definitely get a long sleeve thin shirt and then maybe like a thicker sweater on top underneath this jacket. So this is definitely perfect for layering, definitely for the transitioning period where it's like cold in the morning and cold at night, but like kind of warm during the day, so you can easily peel off layers, and it'll cover you up really well just because it goes down so far. And although it doesn't have the traditional flap in the back that a lot of trench coats have, I do like the detail of the flaps they put up in the front on the right hand side because it just adds extra character. This jacket I believe is from H&M. Oh my gosh, this is a size extra small. No way. So this was definitely meant to be oversized because this is an extra small and it's very loose. I love this trench coat, but I wouldn't push it into the winter months because once a breeze blows, this is not going to be your best friend. You're gonna want something thicker, more sturdy. It can be styled in so many different ways, dressed up, dressed down. It can very easily be transitioned from day to night. And I feel like it's just a classic piece that everyone should have in their wardrobe. And if you like the idea of a trench coat and think you might be wearing it often, opt for one that is waterproof so that it can also withstand the rain. Okay, this might be coming out as brown on camera, but I just want you to know that it is army green. I will have a photo up so that you guys can see the real color because I hate when I can't see the real color because it completely changes the item. So this army green coat actually belongs to my mother, but I couldn't pass on showing you guys this because it is so cool. So this is what the undercoat looks like, but it comes with a vest that goes on top like this. How cool is that? And then you can see it's got like the straps on the side, and it looks like you're just wearing a matching vest on top of another coat. This coat is for winter. I am absolutely baking in this coat right now, but I just wanted to show you guys how cool this coat is. It's from H&M. This is also a size small. You definitely have room for a bulky sweater underneath. Not to mention it's gonna keep your butt and your legs warm because everything is covered. It's also got a hood in the back with a little visor. You can definitely wear that up if you want to. You can even take the vest off and wear the jacket as is without it. Personally, I like it on. Although with it off, you do expose this pocket that you get. The coat also has drawstrings at the waist, so you can cinch your waist in, make it a little, you know, curvy, give yourself a little shape. And then it also has a drawstring at the bottom to make the bottom more bubbly. And this coat is pretty shapeless, but I don't think that that's a bad thing. Personally, in the dead of winter, this is definitely something I would throw on over a bra and run to the store, because this coat is your entire outfit. I feel like H&M really stepped it up with these coats, because these are coats that I would have never guessed that were from there. Excuse the tag on this jacket, but I only like to take the tags off like right before I'm about to wear it for real. I don't know if anyone else does that, but it's like a rush. This jacket is from Zara. It came with matching leggings, but sadly they were looking more like capris on me. They also look like they were from Rainbow. I don't know what's going on with Zara, because the prices are going up and the quality is going down. It's a size small. I usually don't get small because the sleeves are then very short. As you can see, the sleeves are just a little bit short, but I knew I'd be wearing this with a black long sleeve anyway, or even a white or pink one. So I didn't mind that. I even tried the medium, and I think the medium had the same problem, and then the large just didn't look good because I wanted it to be snug. It's a very motorcycle-like jacket, and I feel like it's supposed to be a little bit more fitted on the body, as opposed to some of my other coats, which I get oversized just so that I can fit something underneath. This is definitely supposed to be worn early fall, late spring. You can't get anything underneath this unless it's like a very, very thin long sleeve shirt or a t-shirt. I love the details in this jacket. The way the back dips is so unique. I also love that it has shoulder pads built in, and it's got this quilted feature. I love the quilted lines in the back here, and then they even added the collar with the snap up here to make it like really snug. And if your arm is a little bit tight in here, you can always open this up. And I love that they added the white leather into here instead of the black, just to give it a little extra pop. I love this jacket, but it's a very, very specific look. I feel like all the other coats matched with this outfit, and I chose a black dress and black shoes because everything matches with a black dress and black shoes, right? But not this jacket. So this is one that definitely has its very own vibe to it. Zara needs to get their ish together, but they definitely snapped when they came out with this. This coat goes with absolutely everything. I did get it oversized, so this is a size 10. This coat's from H&M, and I've had it for a very, very long time. So that just goes to show you how well coats from H&M are made, because I've had this coat for at least 4 years, and it looks like I just got it. This oversized gray pea coat just gives me city vibes, and I love that I got it oversized so that I can wear whatever I want underneath it. I could even wear another coat. I mean, look how big the sleeves are. This is a really great layering piece for fall and even into winter. You have the space to do so when you get something this oversized. It only has one button up here in the front, and the con to getting something so oversized is that a lot of the top of your chest is exposed. So you definitely want to make sure you've got like a scarf, or you've got a really thick sweater, because it's definitely going to be chilly in this area. One thing I love about winter is feeling warm and cozy. I love the feeling of being inside a big blanket, and getting something this big on you definitely helps you feel like you're wrapped up in something cozy. It also helps that this is made out of wool, so it feels like a blanket. From afar it looks like one solid color, but when you look close you can see a mixture of dark grays, regular grays, and white threads mixed in. This coat is cool enough to wear on the weekends, but also smart enough to wear to work. I also love the fact that it is gray, because sometimes I can be a messy girl, or sometimes you sit on something that is not as clean as you thought it was. It's not going to be too visible. This has been my go-to coat for a lot of winter vacations, and that's for a reason. I got this coat thrifting. It's a Wilson's leather coat, and it's a large, and it is fully lined with fur. Please take a look at the sumptuousness that is this coat. You will never be cold in something like this. It's impossible. And then the outside is suede. This is such a timeless piece. Obviously I found it thrifting, so it was in style at some point. The coats with the fur up top and the fur at the wrist are coming back in style again. There's something to be said about thrifting coats as well, because I feel like it's just so much more well made than coats are now. Can't remember the last time I found a coat that was fully lined with fur. They usually put in the polyester lining and call it a day, but that little thin piece of plastic is not what's gonna keep you warm. Now this coat is in a large, but it is not that oversized. I may be able to fit a thin sweater underneath, but that's about it. But I think that's okay because it is fully lined with the fur. I shouldn't be too cold. Also, not to mention that the outside is suede. I don't think wind is gonna get through this. Something that I will have to think about is that the first button starts down here, so that if I do wear this, I'm gonna have to be very conscious about what I keep here. I love these two pockets on the side, but sadly, they are fake. I know. The good news is it does actually come with pockets right below, and you can tuck your hands in here. Pockets on a coat are essential, especially because you don't always want to be carrying around gloves, or sometimes you might forget to pack gloves. I know I'm someone who forgets to pack hats and gloves. I'll remember the coat and the boots, but nothing else. And if your hands are cold, you can stick them in. And even if you did remember your gloves, sometimes gloves are just not enough. Personally, my hands and feet get cold the fastest. So having gloves on and being able to put them in, one way of keeping them warm for the long term. This coat is a large from Urban Outfitters. I feel like I don't have too many of these kinds of coats. I love the puffy coat. I just never see any that fit my style. I feel like the puffy coat can be kind of plain. I feel like when people make puffy coats, they get a little bit lazy. I see a lot in like solid colors and the typical nylon fabric or the polyester fabric that they come in. But this one is so different for so many reasons. First of all, let's start with the color combination. It's going crazy. We've got blue and green and white and black. And I love that it's got this organic wave pattern to it. It's not like the manufactured wave that's very perfect. I love how imperfect this is because it just makes it look so much more natural. I also love the fabric. The outside is very fuzzy and soft, and I am a texture person. I need my winter clothes to be fuzzy and soft. This is definitely made out of your grandma's carpet. It is very thick, very heavy, and I love that it can be zipped up all the way, so you don't even need a scarf. It's almost like a little sneaky. Like you can't really see my face if I zip it all the way up. I also love the cut. I feel like a lot of poofy coats can go on a little bit too long, which makes you look a bit more boxy, but the way that this one's cut right at the hip, make sure that you still look like you have a shape. I also really like that they put elastic at the bottom of the wrist so that no air is coming in, because I hate when I get a draft that goes up my arm. Ugh. And then I also like how they didn't add the extra like ribbed cloth that comes down here. I feel like sometimes that makes the coat look a little bit more casual, and I really like my coats to have a wide range so that I can pair them with things that are more dressy and things that are more casual. Also, there's pockets. It's 2022. Your coat should be coming with some kind of pocket. I don't care if the pocket is this little. I need some kind of pocket. There's absolutely no excuse for these brands to not be putting pockets in our coats anymore. This coat is definitely a 10 out of 10. But that's the kind of quality you get from Urban Outfitters. They really put a lot of thought into their stuff. It's also the fact that I don't normally have this style of coat. If you make me branch out into something that I don't normally like, I'm gonna love you that much more. When I saw this coat, I knew I had to have it. I mean, you put it on and it's like effortlessly cool, New York girl, chic. Like, I just love the black, I love the leather. It's classically me. I don't think there'll ever be a day where I choose another color over black, because black is just elite. Now, I got this coat from Zara. It's a size large and it's not that big. I got something oversized just so that I can be able to wear something underneath, but I won't be able to wear that much. This coat is also very thin, so I would recommend wearing something like this in the fall or late spring. I wore this once downtown and everyone was like, "Oh, you look like you're in the Matrix." I just didn't know how to feel. Like on one hand, I love the Matrix, but on the other hand, like that wasn't really what I was trying to give, but I guess it's okay. Yeah, this coat is definitely more for show than for warmth. This doesn't have any buttons in the front. You can tie it up, but there's absolutely nothing stopping it from opening up as you move around. What is lacking in warmth, I will say, is making up in style, because this is such a throw on and go piece. I feel like it definitely completes any outfit that needs like a little bit of an edge or is already a little bad girl-esque. I will say the leather is pretty buttery. Quality is nice. I would be careful of scratches because one little nick and I don't think it's coming back from that. That has happened to me before though, and a good tip is to use a black Sharpie to cover it up. And I would say this jacket is more casual, but I feel like you could get away with it at work. Sometimes I wish it had more detail, but then I realized for a classic look, the more simple, the better. Because this could definitely be something that was worn in the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, now. This is an extra large from H&M. This coat weighs a ton. And it's made of this really nice and soft fuzzy material. I don't want to say it's wool because it's not wool, but if you've ever felt a soft wool, this is exactly what it feels like. This coat might be wool. I'm not sure because this thing weighs like 1,000 pounds. No, it's 100% polyester. I don't know why this coat is so heavy, but just know that if you get this, or if you get something like this, this coat will keep you warm. This coat will definitely keep you warm. I would say early to late fall, maybe early winter. I wouldn't push it into the deep into the winter category, but I will say that this is the kind of coat that you need if you're going somewhere that requires you to dress up a little bit, but it's cold outside. Maybe you're just going from the car to the building, and then the building to the car, and then back home. I wouldn't stay out too long in this coat in the dead of winter, but this is definitely something that looks great with evening wear. It's got one snap down here, which will hold the coat together. And although the other coats also have a button down here that kind of exposes this right here, I kind of like that this coat does this just because if I'm planning to wear something fancy, I love a little peekaboo of like what's underneath my coat. Love the cream color. I am a little nervous because I know myself and I know who I am, and I can just see myself getting this dirty. So I've been trying very hard not to touch it at all. I absolutely love the shape of this. I love the way it kind of bubbles out at the sleeve and at the middle and then tapers in at the end. I feel like it gives it a really elegant touch. Oh my god, and then just imagine you're wearing like a nice little cocktail dress and you walk in with your coat like just on your shoulders so people can see what you've got underneath. Ooh! I live in Florida and winter is only something I can dream of or pay money to vacation to. This video is really just an excuse to show you all my jackets and coats. But thanks for hanging out.